In this problem it says, the table shows a linear relationship between the variables x and y. What are the slope and y-intercept of the linear relationship? And then they want you to choose the correct answer from the drop-down menus to complete the sentence. This particular question also was worth 2 points. Okay, so if you're not exactly sure what to do, you can take what you know. So for me, when I looked at the question, it says, what are the slope and the y-intercept? Well, it made me think about the slope-intercept form of an equation, which is y equals mx plus b. Okay, and that is where m is our slope and b is our y-intercept. So then I thought, well, I can take one of these points here and plug them into this equation. I keep saying plug in, and I think the word now is substitution, so I'm working on it. All right, so I'm going to substitute one of these xy values for this equation and just go from there. So I know I'm going to use this one where y is 16.5 and we don't know the slope yet, and x is 5, and then b we also don't know. Okay, so we have a problem here because we have two unknowns. We have a slope and a y-intercept that are unknown, so we have to figure out how can we solve one of these in a different way. Okay, so if in my chart I would have had x equal to 0 on one of them, then I would know my y-intercept, but I don't have that, so I have to go with the slope on this one. And to find the slope, we can use 2 points, right? We can use this formula where we say y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, and we can find the slope that way. And I like to use the easiest numbers possible, make it easy on myself. So I'm going to use the first two numbers. So I'm going to say 21.5 minus 16.5 over 7 minus 5. And then 21 minus 16 is 5. Okay. And 7 minus 5 is 2. Now I have my slope. So I can put this back in to this equation right here. Okay, so I'm going to rewrite it. 16.5 is equal to 5 over 2 times 5 plus b. Now I only have one unknown, which is my y-intercept, so I can solve that now. Okay, I'm going to convert this 5 over 2 into a decimal because my 16.5 is in decimal form, and it'll be easier to work with. So 5 over 2 is equal to 5 divided by 2. And 2 goes into 5 2 times, and I've got 1 left over. So I'm going to bring down a 0. 2 goes into 10 5 times. So now I'm just going to rewrite this. I've got 16.5 is equal to 2.5 times 5 plus b. Okay? So the next thing I'm going to do is work this piece out. 2.5 times 5. 5 times 5 is 25. 2 times 5 is 10, and 2 is 12, and I got to deal with that decimal, and I have 12.5 here. Plus b is equal to 16.5. Now I can start solving for this b. So I'm going to subtract 12.5 from both sides because I need b alone. And now I've got b is equal to 16.5 minus 12.5, and that equals 4. That is my y-intercept. This is my slope. This is also my slope. 2.5. So these are equivalent, right? So when you go to enter the answer here, it might say 2.5 and it might say 5/2. So just be aware. If it doesn't have exactly what you want, you might have to convert it. And then the y-intercept is going to be 4. So this question is testing you on a lot of different things. It's testing you on how to figure out the slope with 2 points, how to solve an equation, how to figure out what the decimal equivalent of a fraction is. So there's a lot to it, but I know you can do it. I would take this problem and maybe even do it with these two numbers and see if you come up with the same thing, as you should. All right? I hope this helps, and I'll see you in the next one.